Same. I'm with
Oh my gosh, it was a shit.
All right, buddy.
In the drawer sometimes. They're just having the time of my life.
Instagram pictures together.
Oh my gosh. Is that a Thundercat?
Technology.
Hey, what's up, everybody? Oh no.
Buddy.
We never doubted him.
Are you sure?
Yeah. Hello, welcome everybody to Launchpad Reseller Podcast Season 2. My name is Bob. I'm the Rocket City Reseller, and you reached your mission control for all things reselling. And I do this podcast every week with Ellie, our co-host, Tennessee Treasures, when she's not schooling those babies in all things education. She's schooling us in all things toys. Hey Ellie, welcome. And of course, we have none other than the death pile picker himself, Mike, today. Welcome to the podcast, sir.
Welcome.
How are you?
Thank you. Doing good. How y'all doing?
Man, I'm sweating, Mike. It's hot here in Alabama. We were just talking about the weather before we got on here, and Mike is enjoying his tropical breezes. Mike, why don't you tell the people where you are in the world before we get started so they know what the picking's like?
I'm located in Navarre, Florida, which is right in between Pensacola and Destin. So up in the Panhandle.
Nice.
Very nice.
Yeah, I've been to Pensacola before, actually to thrift, believe it or not. So we actually went down there one time and looked around. It's a beautiful area. There are some tough spots, but that's how it is here in Alabama too. So what's the picking like in Florida before we get into your story?
Picking. Well, I'm out of the picking game at the moment. I'm trying to get through my death pile, but in general,
makes perfect sense. The name.
yeah. I'm trying to rewrite the name. It's unbelievably hard because look at like what I've amassed over time. I put a lot of money into it, but with the picking here, it's great. But I also have the freedom and trying not to overbuy. I can drive 20 minutes down the road. It'll be like, 12 miles. And then I just turn around and I come home. And that's what a lot of this year has been like. It's just been just a turn and burn, like out and back, hit up maybe 10 sales max. And the only time that I'll look for the big loops is like if you have the highway sale down here, or if I have some friends in town that are pickers, then we'll go out and we'll actually do a good 6 hours, 7 hours out on the road. Woo. And doing a large loop where an hour and a half, 2 hours of that would be the driving. So, but it's enjoyable. There's some good stuff down here.
So is that mostly estate sales, flea markets? What's that look like? Garage sales?
Garage sales, 100% garage sales. That's where you really shine. Estate sales, they have some of them down here that are absolutely ridiculous. I have found one. I'll shout them out if anybody happens to be local. It's Whitecap Estate Sales. It's a good group of young ladies, and I'll usually end up there on like the second or the third day, and I'll just bring something up there. It has all these marked prices. She'll look at it and be like $6, and it'll be like, $15 worth of stuff. And I'm like, all right, man, I'm going to take this. Like it was a good deal at the price that it was. And it's something that people oversaw or had overlooked. And then we have 2 flea markets. I'm not familiar with one, been out to the other one a couple of times, but they have very, very minimal space set up for just the weekend seller that goes up there, where they have 2 little awnings that jet out from the main buildings where you have the like residential sellers. Yeah. And it'll have like maybe 15 tables, and that's like the new rotating inventory kind of people. Yeah. So not a lot offered there.
Yeah, I know that Flea Across Florida is happening soon. I know you have a death pile to get through. Are you planning on attending that, or
100%? 100%. Yeah, I mean it from the highway that it's on. It's about 25 minutes from me, and I'll usually shoot out one direction or the other. I'll go to Pensacola and work my way to the middle, or I'll go out. I'll go out east and then I'll work my way back to the middle, and I'll hit it up one way one day and then a different way the next day. Or I a lot of times with any highway sale on the weekend day, like, because a lot of these are Thursday, Friday, Saturday, or Friday, Saturday, I will utilize day 0, day 1, Thursday, Friday, hit up stuff that people are setting up, or hit up the first day of the sale. And then I'll try something new on the Saturdays and just hit up the off the beaten path, like garage sales somewhere else. Hey, this is our Saturday. They dedicate a lot of time to go to the actual highway sale event, and I'll dedicate time to go to neighborhood yard sales if I can find them, or something that's off the beaten path.
Interesting. So we have some friends that are going to be going down there. I don't know if you know the Gulf Coast Pickers.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they're going to be in that area. They're actually in Florida. I think they're around Sarasota. Florida is kind of where they are, Venice, that area.
Okay.
But they're going to head over there. And we were actually invited to that this year, but unfortunately we couldn't make it. So there's a few different resellers that are going out there, West Virginia Panhandle Pickers, and a few others. So I know when we first met, Mike, I don't know if you recall this before we get into this story.
I do not.
When we actually met before.
Was it a Ray's event?
Yeah, Ray's event.
Okay.
We're at the hotel. I look over to Mike and I'm like, "Hey, man, you a reseller?" He's like, "Not really."
Nah. Okay. I think I sat next to y'all with Kevin when we went to the pizza place.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Then. So, but I was looking back at some videos. I'm like, oh, I was like right there.
Yeah. Kudos to Ray, because out of all the events, like, that is one of the best ran ones. It gives everybody the flexibility and the options to go do what they want.
Yeah.
And not feel pressure to participate in everything. Mm-hmm. It's not all lumped into one price. You kind of pay to, as much as I hate saying it, you pay to play. And but you have a choice to do it. It's like, hey, what do you want to participate in? What are your priorities? And it allows the flexibility and allows for a lot more people to attend.
Yeah, definitely.
It's too bad that didn't happen this year. Hopefully Ray comes back strong, and we can keep it moving. I know that the first year was smaller, and then the second year was huge. It just grew exponentially. It just says a lot about the reselling community and the participation within that. And we've had so many people on the podcast already, and we appreciate you coming on, Mike, to talk about your story and what reselling means to you, etc. Now that we got the formalities out of the way and we know where you are in the world, why don't you tell us a little bit about how you came to reselling? Because I think that might be helpful for those that are just getting into the game.
More than anything, I've always enjoyed or loved going to garage sales. So I would just go out, find some stuff, or look at Facebook Marketplace, somebody that was trying to clear out something that, because somebody may have died, they had a bunch of tools. So I would go and grab those, and I would upgrade my own thing. I got into woodworking, so I was buying out a lot of stuff. And then as I bought something out, I would sell something else off, and it would never be for a loss. Like anything that I bought for personal use, I would usually buy it, use it. It would run its course. I'd get tired of it, or I didn't need it, and I would sell it, and I would make money on it, even after using it. And my wife doesn't adhere to that. My wife does not care one bit. She'll be like, like it will go from like $100 thing that she absolutely needs to put it on the local auction page and sell it for $2. And I'm just like, what are we doing here?
Yeah.
Yeah. What is actually going on here?
Yeah, but a lot of it had to start with just buying personal, and then or buying online or garage sales with the intent to sell on marketplace. And then it kind of just once I found the whole eBay thing, I got back into that, the online resellers, and I started to focus on that. And I was like, man, this is not super hard. And so I do it in person all the time, might as well give it a go online. So took a shot, and the rest has been just smooth sailing, I guess.
So it sounds like you started on like maybe Facebook Market or something.
Facebook Marketplace was the initial thing, and it was just all local, all local. I never online stuff.
Local pickup. So how long ago did you start? Like, when did you start?
I guess 2010 when I got stationed in Germany. It wasn't a Facebook Marketplace. I had this thing called Buku, and it was just a website where people could go and list stuff locally, and I would get it. I ended up buying 3 cars and flipping them while I was there, all of those for a profit, and I used them for a couple months, and used one for an upgrade, and then sold it, made a profit, and started doing it with more military gear. Downrange, we closed down a fob, and they're like, hey, all this stuff needs to go in the trash. We got to get rid of it. I mean, military fraud, waste, and abuse is just off the charts. They get their money and they're going to buy the stuff, and then if they don't need it, basically, like my wife, we're just going to throw it out. We don't care. And I was like, you know what? I grabbed a big old box. We were closing down a unit in Afghanistan. Then we came home to Germany and shut down our own unit. And they call it Class 9. It's like, hey, get rid of it. It's the make it disappear pile. And there were Surefire flashlights. And I probably got 40 or 50 of those, rail mounted tech lights that go in there. And they were parts and pieces, broken ones. But all I did was I pulled this one off of this and put it onto this, and I made them all functioning, and it ended up with 30 of those. So all of that stuff, we used to be able to ship it back down range for free. So I was just like, all right, we're going to ship this. We're going to ship this. And I mean, we're shipping tough boxes, and you just have to be legit. There are people that try and get over and take the wrong kind of stuff. And you're going to get, if you do that, you're going to get in trouble. But if it's legit, stuff that they don't need and what they intend to just basically waste, scrap, then perfectly fine. And I just led to it. Then I came back to Fort Hood, Texas, back home. It was way easier, and just started to hit up the local stuff there, and never stopped. Just always go out, buy something, know it's worth more, and then sell it for more when you can.
So are you a full-time reseller then, or are you part-time?
Oh, golly. No,
what would you consider yourself? Do you have another job that
lazy?
Boy, I feel attacked all of a sudden.
No, I am fully retired now. So fully retired. So I guess you could say it's not. I'm less than part-time. That's the problem. I need to be part-time. Part-time, I would do a lot better when I was doing it when I was still in the service. It was a lot easier. I was way more successful then, because I was like, okay, I'm just going to go to work. I'm going to do this. My unwind time was listing. Now that I have unlimited unwind time, I'm just like, my unwind time is napping, and I'm better.
It's like I'm looking in the mirror.
Yeah, I know.
Retirement. I don't know.
It is. It's absolutely fantastic. Now, you have to maintain a schedule, and I'm horrible about that. But there's also times where I get it. I get in moods, and I'm like, hey, you know what? I'm going to sit here and go for 3 or 4 hours, and I'm going to do this. I wish I had. If you guys know Dave, ADH Dave.
Yeah.
If I had that superpower to just be like, hey, you know what? This is what I'm doing today, and I ain't stopped till it's done. And Dave will do that. Dave could fix my life in 3 days probably, and I wouldn't know where stuff is, but it would be fixed. So,
ADHD is a superpower. It can be.
It can be. I envy. don't know if I envy the men that can step away from the children to have enough time to hyper focus, because that hyper focus, it's a thing.
Yeah.
I experience it. I just get pulled away too much.
Yeah.
I can't do it. My wife is very much type A, and I am, I guess the furthest would be type Z. Which is very, very opposite end of the spectrum, but she can have something to do and she'll be like, okay. Or she'll be like, hey, we're going to clean up the garage. We're going to clean up your area. And then all of a sudden, I don't know where anything is. And it just drives me crazy. And I'm like, And now, mind you, it is organized and looks better and you can walk around and you can't when I'm out there. But yeah, it just people can prioritize certain things. I feel like it has to be perfect, and I would rather just live in the mess that I've created and become overwhelmed. I think that's the biggest thing. It's like if you don't do it, you end up in a spot where you're overwhelmed and it leads to depression and anxiety, or like whatever you want to label it. I guess growing up in the 80s would be like, stop being lazy. Now it's all, labeled as depression or anxiety. It's like, no, just do something with your life. And that's what I need is like, somebody other than my wife to say, do something with your life.
Do something with your life, Mike.
Sorry, somebody other than a woman.
Well, I will say that one thing you have going for you is the discipline that it took to be part of the military structure. I'm former service Air Force, but I would assume that you're either Marines or Army. I'm guessing probably Army. Yeah. So with that, sometimes comes with the fact that you are capable of being disciplined when required, and it probably 100%. Changed the course of your life. I'm sure, right?
100%.
Yeah. So maybe some of it is just being overtaxed for so long. Now that because when I first separated, I don't know about you, Mike. When I first separated, I had trouble fitting back into society. I think a lot of service members really have that problem. So
I had my wife there that basically I didn't have to worry about that. I'm very, very fortunate. She works. She has a good job. And she understands, or she understood. She was the one that said, it's like, look, you're not safe for work. This is a miracle. We're 18 minutes in and I haven't cussed once.
I'm proud of you.
I know, and I'm like, normally this isn't the way that it is. No, like I had to really work on the F-bombs, but anything else, like it's a free for all with cussing. But she's like, no, it's not just that. It's not just that. It's growing up in the generation that we grew up in, or being in the military. I think more than anything, it's like, you know what? We make these jokes because we're able to laugh about them.
We're coping.
And it's everything. It's religion, politics, race, gender, like whatever it is. Like I'm very, very non-reserved. I guess. I think my mind doesn't think before I talk.
Yeah, I was. Sounds like we're probably around sort of the same age and same time period. There was a time and place where you can have that kind of conversation. I don't know if you've ever seen the show In Living Color.
Oh yeah, 100%. Yeah.
Yeah. So back then you can make a joke or do a thing and say something off color or out of place as, a comedic way of dealing with the social parameters that were applied across, right? Yeah. So you could do those types of things and open a conversation through humor. No longer can we do that, right? So as a society, I know that's a little out of scope for reselling, but it does apply because even with reselling, you can't say one thing on a reselling. Like if you go into a Facebook group, they're so toxic that you can't even say one thing without getting personally attacked.
Can't even post a Trumpy bear. Wow.
Yeah, I recently posted a Trump bear. I was doing a pick or pass type of thing. Did you pick this type of thing? No, maybe I was a little bit intentional to get things going regarding comments and engagement. Maybe I wasn't as But I saw that you on one of your videos, you picked the Trump bear.
Oh, yeah.
You got him down to $3 if I'm not mistaken.
Nice.
That's the kind of thing that I love, because you know what? It's not about so much what the item is; it's about the price and what you can get for it.
100%.
It's not an even political party affiliation thing, right? Because let's push that aside for a second. Let's just talk about the fact that it's capitalism. Maybe we're all capitalists in reselling. We can all agree on that.
That's what baffles me more than anything. Like anybody that wants to sit there and say like from anything from communist or socialist, like to be in reselling. I'm sorry, timeout. Like, I haven't got my check from you. You're so giving, yet I haven't seen anything. P.O. box in the comments. It's people's ability to separate it at their own agenda and just go, you know what? Hey, folks, we're here to sell stuff. Like, let's not have an agenda. Like that is the agenda.
Right.
Like, just sell it. Whatever it is, separate yourself from it, because it can be money. And I think a lot of it is, I pride myself on integrity and like doing the right thing. And like that, we've been applying that recently with this whole eBay thing and the 3-pound shipping. And I've had a lot of deep conversations on what's the right way to do it and the wrong way to do it. And I'm trying to take the stance of like, hey, you know what? Do whatever you want. This is my way that I do it. This is why. But when it comes to like priding yourself on integrity, it's like, you know what? Separate that kind of stuff. Separate the political stuff, and life would be happier. We never worried about that. Well, I'll say we didn't worry about it as kids because we were kids. But a lot of the stuff that we worried about wasn't an issue because it was never made into an issue. There was nobody peddling it as an issue. And that's something that I try not to do. I'm just going to be genuine and understand, like, I'm going to say some off the cuff stuff. And I'm going to say some off the cuff stuff. And I would hope that you're offended and forgive me, or you're offended and just go on being offended. And when you say
forgive me or forget me, that's the mantra I live by.
Forgive you or forgive me or forget me.
Yeah, forgive me or forget me, right?
Yeah.
So one or the other, and that's okay. Keep scrolling. It's okay to keep scrolling. I think what we're talking about essentially is emotional intelligence and the ability to critically think. Do not take the left nor the right. Take the road less traveled. And have an idea that maybe the ideas that keep us separated to easily control ourselves.
Yeah,
to control the narrative. Maybe
we traveled that road the whole time throughout our childhood and high school years.
Yeah,
even our college years, like leading into that. And I would say you're growing up. There was no hate. Like there was, you have your friends, you go out and play with your friends. It didn't matter. And nowadays it feels like you can't do that. And it's a shame because number one, well, I mean, we're doing a lot of stuff differently, like with our own kids. Like I raised my kids way different than I was raised. And I think like a lot of us are, we're fearful or mindful, and like you can't just go out and let your kids. I mean, were we really getting scooped up and swooped up all the time, riding our bikes around everywhere? I don't know. Kids ended up missing and stuff like that. But hell, like everybody's procreating now. Let's just thin the herd a little bit. Let's send them out there on the bikes.
Yeah, when I was a kid, they had a commercial that came on every day at 10 p.m. Said, "Do you know where your children are?"
Oh yeah,
at 10 p.m. That to remind our parents, "Hey, is your kid home?" Our parents had no idea where we were or what we were doing.
Street lights. That's it.
Yeah.
I guess I try to do that with my kids now. And there are times that I don't know where they're at. They're at their friend's house, they're at the park, they're at the volleyball court over here, at the basketball court. And I try not to panic, but it is hard. When they come back in the door, I'm like, at least come and check in, like.
Do they have phones?
No, they're 9 and 10.
9 and 10, okay.
My two boys are 9 and 10.
So
So
that's good. There's people that are younger than that already have phones.
Yeah, that's
and
they
then,
have,
like,
they have phones. They just don't have lines. So they have
Yeah.
phones, like gaming phones, I suppose. But I try to keep them off of those.
do they have Life 360 on it?
Yeah, I mean,
I don't think Life 360 works without Wi-Fi.
Oh, it doesn't. But I didn't know if they would tie in somewhere else.
Yeah,
That's what-
maybe at their friend's house.
Yeah.
No, I try to keep it old school. I just kind of know where all their friends live, and if I have to,
See, that's good. I mean, but I mean, we were thinking about it like we were gone forever, and we were just either 2 blocks away or 2 miles away.
yeah.
And it
there really wasn't a
seems-
neighborhood. Yeah, there really wasn't a neighborhood that I recall of when I was a kid. We had bikes and we rode those things across town.
Well,
we were in different towns.
I walked to school
Yeah.
in middle school. And this was back when I lived in a small town called Ferris, just south of Dallas. And I thought about it. I was like, okay, you go from our house, you go up, you go a block over. Then you're going to walk by the antique store, cross the busy street.
Sorry, guys.
That's fine. Cross the business 45, cross the railroad tracks, walk through the old town with the, regular grocery stores and stuff like that. Small market kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And then you walk out, and you got to walk out a big farm to market road. And I was just like, yeah, man, we just walk out there and it'd be like a 30-minute walk. And like, it was like probably like 2 or 3 miles. And then I looked at it on the thing. It's like 1.2 miles. The 30 minutes was just us talking to the friends and BSing. And we're like, just, we're not in a rush to get to school, but I'm like, I walked a mile. Like it's not even that big of a deal, but to think about it, it seems like it's far away, a mile and a quarter, but
in retrospect,
it's not. We just weren't moving as fast. And I think life was a little bit slower. So like that's what I yearn for. I wish there were less people. I wish there was less BS in the world. And more than anything, I wish we had more friends. Like,
to uncomplicate life is to win at peace, which brings you joy and other things. So I think as I get older, what I'm looking for is uncomplex or less complex solution to most things. Keep it simple, stupid, right? About all things, right? So keep it, and I do that in reselling too. I try to keep it as simple as possible. I kept it simple to the point where at work, where I'm a full-time software engineer, and it led me to get promoted this week. So
congrats.
So I don't know if I'm necessarily excited about that or not, but we'll see what happens. But I think what people are starting to realize, especially with AI and other things that are taking over, where it's hard to tell what's real and what's not, people are looking for authenticity, right? And they're looking for to uncomplicate things, because we're creating or implying complexity across many different things. And I don't think there's an appetite per se for it. Some people are getting wrapped up in that and losing focus on what really is necessary. And you can apply this not just for reselling, you can apply it to many things in life. These podcasts often get a little bit existential because it leads to so many things, because we're not just resellers, right?
Yeah.
It bleeds over into everything that we do. And they're like, how are you so successful, right? And then we start going back through the steps and the thought process and the ideas and the mantras and the mentality that it takes to do it. And all of a sudden you start to see like a roadmap of how it happened and how it evolved. And I've had these conversations multiple times in podcasts with other like-minded people who are exceptionally gifted at reselling. And it's always the same thing.
Yeah.
So,
So and that's it. And like, I don't know where that leaves me, because I'm not exceptionally gifted at reselling. I'm not exceptionally gifted.
Well, you're a personality, I would say, because I watched a lot of your content and a lot of the podcasts that you're part of, and your approach and simplicity, I think, is a breath of fresh air in the space. So whenever you are on these podcasts, you are capable of having that real conversation, the joking, the keeping things light.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's important in the space because sometimes these things get way too heavy, you know?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
by doing that, by having that approach, even though you might consider yourself part-time or lackadaisical, you don't maybe list as much as you like to, things of that nature, you know the tenets of what it means to be successful. You've done it, right?
Yes.
So I think that there's value in that. So having the space and the time to prevent burnout and to fall back in love with something that sounds like maybe you initially were in love with is important, I think, in context.
Yeah, absolutely. And then, like, it's some people, like you said before, you take a step back and then you treat it as a hobby. And I think Jimmy covered that on y'all's episode.
Yeah.
It's because he went from doing the flipper content, like the what sold videos, and like, you know, talking with him through that, like there was a lot of unhappiness with that. And, you know, sometimes you just got to take a break and you got to come back. And I always enjoyed doing the picker videos. I enjoyed engaging with people, and I took a break from that. And I think I've put out 2 videos. And the easiest way for me to say it, without having to get emotional, my grandma died. She died while she was out here visiting us, and I had some footage. I'm going through it. I went to one video, and then I go to the next footage. It was her, and I hit a freeze, and I was like, you know what? Like, normally I do it in sequence or chronological, and I got stuck there, and I was like, okay. And then I went out to a highway sale, and I found some footage. Shit, I got some footage. I made a video off of that. Then I did another one. I made a video off of that. But to go back and use all this old footage and stuff like the B-roll stuff, and I'll say even a ton of A-roll, it's you hit that roadblock and you're like, I don't want to do it. Like, I don't want to face it. Mm-hmm. And sometimes it's just about doing it. And I've contemplated, like, just do this video, make this video, and don't make it for everybody else. Make it for yourself so you can just move on and kind of pick up. So that's all I want to say about that. But it's about finding the happiness and turning it into a hobby, or if you have to, you turn it into work. Mm-hmm. And it depends on what your life status is like.
That's why I started our YouTube channel and documenting our reselling process, because of those reasons that you just highlighted. The difficulties, the wins, the losses, the nothing burgers, as my 17-year-old would say, whatever the case is in reselling, to highlight what it actually took to do the thing. Mm-hmm. And then if whatever happens along the way, be it good or bad or indifferent, maybe that's the story. And it really ties back to your experience in showcasing what that looks like. You know, that moment for you is impactful. It's important. It's part of your story. It's who you are in totality. So I think there's value in that, not just in reselling. There's value in that in documenting your process. Some would even say like a vlog or memoir for what your legacy is, regardless if that's your legacy in reselling, your legacy in your life, the legacy of your family history, whatever the case may be. Mm-hmm. There's value in that going forward for not just, so that's, for me, that's why the content's important. I love to teach people how to do this and how to be actionable and move the needle for the family, because it's difficult right now. Like, it's tough out there. There's a lot of people that are struggling, that are unable to keep the lights on or pay the bills. So part of our journey for, when I say mission control for all things reselling, I mean, hey, listen, if you want to get started from zero to now to be a 6-figure reseller, if that's your goal, you don't have to be that, right? Maybe you're just looking for $100 a week so that way you can keep your kids fed. That's the point of the content. So I want to make sure that for those that don't understand why resellers become YouTubers, everybody has a different reason for that. So that would be my reason. It sounds like maybe that might be your reason too, Mike, to be able to kind of showcase and highlight. Maybe you haven't thought of it that far or that deep, but possibly maybe that's why you're having such difficulty getting through that footage. To be able to to process that in your own time and space and make that video for yourself. Maybe that's part of the story.
It's been 2 years.
2 years.
Yeah. So like completely demonetized, didn't do a video, only did one. I did one where it kept it monetized for a little bit, because I guess you only have to do one every 6 months. And then it's either do that or maintain your watch hours. And I didn't do that. So now I'm just back to being demonetized. It doesn't matter, because the money didn't make or break me. It wasn't why I did it. And it's always great to have more money, but I think I value happiness and peace over everything else.
Go back to peace, right? It's important.
100%. And you had talked about that, and you talked about like the Facebook groups, and it's absolutely asinine with Facebook groups, because, and you see it across all kinds of social media. Somebody will put, like, we've got local pages here for Navarre, Pensacola, whatever. Somebody will ask a question, and you will get 20 people answering the same thing. And what baffles me is the 19 others didn't click and go, yep, that's what I was going to say, and then just not comment. They want to have a role. They want to say something. And then on top of that, you have somebody will ask a question that's more developed, or needs more in-depth, or needs a more comprehensive answer. And you will look at answers that are just blatantly obvious they came from Chat GPT. And I'm like, did you feel that you needed to have the answer so bad that you had to ask artificial intelligence to then pass it off as your own intelligence? Like, it's not that deep. It's not that deep. A lot of people, kids are screwed if they had to write a book report nowadays. I'm sorry. Like, this is
we talked about this a little bit in one of our previous podcasts. Ellie, remember about artificial intelligence glazing one's donut? ChatGPT will lie to you. It will inflate your ego. It'll do all the things.
There's something about that gratification, though, that pulls people in.
It's by design.
That's 100%. It's like I said,
it's learning from you, right? So it's going to try to ego, like, box you in or whatever, to get you to teach it all your secrets, to take you out of the loop, right? So
it definitely has the ability to do that, but I think it's and don't get me wrong, like, the biggest personal fault that I have, I hate being wrong. I hate being wrong to the point where somebody would say something else. I believe that it's what I said, so I have to immediately research it and like verify. And it's not me checking them; it's me checking me. And it's not to prove them wrong. It's just be like, am I wrong here or am I right? And you could take it out and it could be anybody else, but that right there is my biggest personal need.
I would say it's good that you know that about yourself, but I don't think it's uncommon, especially with the age of having the internet in our hands, to check and verify during conversations, even now. Like, how easy is it to just...
Well, see, that's the other thing. It doesn't have to be during. And that's...
that's something that I disagree with. I'm already typing it, or...
I know. But at the same time, like, if you're right or wrong right then, what's the difference in you being right or wrong in 10 minutes later when you find out without that person around? I am the most critical person on myself, and I think I talked about this in a recent podcast. I hate people that are out there on boating that don't know the laws, the rules of the waterway, that will conduct themselves unsafely. I put the priority of my passengers above my own. Like, I don't drink while I'm on the water. I might have a beer, but I would, even if there's kids on the boat, absolutely not. I'm not going to. It doesn't matter. Having a beer doesn't matter. I can drink it, Dr. Pepper or something. But I was pulling in a parking lot that I knew was going to be an issue on the holiday weekend, and I was paying attention to see if parking was available over here to my right, and I know it looks like I'm looking left, over here to my right, but when I was looking there, I just drug my damn boat across the front of somebody's truck, like bumper, headlights, like the fender panel, like 8 feet long. Like I didn't notice it the first 7.5 feet. Yeah. And it ruined my weekend. I wrote all the information down, put it on there, called the police, who said call the sheriff. Sheriff said call highway patrol, put all the information, relayed it to the owner, talked to the owner later that day. And he's like, dude, it's just an accident. It's not that big a deal. Like, I mean, he understands it, but me, it ruined my weekend. Like we're still dealing with it, and it ruined because I made a mistake. I can't tolerate that. And maybe that's a military thing, is because
it's like an accountability thing, right?
Yeah,
so
100%.
That's what I mostly do at my job every day. My 9 to 5 is have discussions regarding accountability. Yeah. Well, the framework of what I do a lot of artificial intelligence, large language model development software stuff. So it's always a conversation about what does that look like in totality, and what does that look like for accountability. So what you're talking about is the same thing. The accountability, and there's accountability in reselling too, is like integrity, doing the right thing when no one's looking, right? Yeah. Having accountability. Those are all key markers for success in reselling, because at the end of the day, you have only a few things. One being your customer is the most important. So yeah. I think when resellers have that like accountability conversation, whether you're sideswiping a vehicle by accident or whether or not you're not being truthful or honest to your customer and reselling, there's parallels. And you need to be able to have an honest, frank conversation with yourself as is it a hustle? Is it a business? What is this thing to you? How do you want to grow this? Do you want to grow this? A lot of people don't have those frank conversations with themselves. So I always tend to like err on the side of caution when I talk to other resellers, to try to hear them out and see where they are and meet them where they are.
Yeah,
because it's different for everybody.
For me, and that's why it's really, really hard. Like you say, if I can bring the entertainment thing to the reselling space, I'm all for it. Yeah, if that has to be it, if somebody comes here and be like, listen to what he said, I'm like, no. No. Like if it's pertaining to actual reselling, no. Hobby, like barely. Yeah. Let's get into it. Let's have fun and just endure, and we're just making extra money. And that's all it is. Very, very fortunate because of the situation where I'm just basically retired. And
how did you? I was just going to say, how did you come to podcasting? Because that's not a natural course of.
I begged them.
Begged who?
Jimmy and Joe. I begged Jimmy.
So let's go back. You said you started in 2010. You start doing these things. You start selling. At what point do you start recording yourself and putting yourself on YouTube? And then at what point do you start this podcast and begging? Yeah, that's begging the friend. Like when you start meeting people within the reselling world that you're like, I like these guys.
I like these guys. COVID.
These guys are okay.
He's like, I'm still waiting.
Yeah. No, COVID brought it about a lot. COVID brought it about within a lot of people. For me, we were at Fort Benning, and it was mission essential personnel. And with that, when you're in TRADOC, that's where basic training takes place, or OSUT, one station unit training. And with that, it was drill sergeants going up there and dealing with the guys. And then if you worked out at a range, you would have to do it, but it was minimal personnel. Mm-hmm. And they didn't even do cross training. Normally you'll do it as a company. They were, it was like straight platoon. They had to rework a whole schedule and do that because they didn't want this barracks like cross contaminating this barrack and this one down here, so they had to like split it all up. But it took that to where we had 4 months off, 17 weeks, I think it was. Maybe it was 14. I don't remember at this time. I've forgotten, but it was well over 3 months, and just didn't go to work a single day. So we were just at home, and we're like, all right, let's scroll YouTube, and then you come across some YouTube resellers, and you're like, hey, you know what? This guy's good. It's entertaining. Hey, I do this. I just don't do it on eBay. And so I just took a shot with something local, bought it, and put it on eBay, made some money. My wife took it and said, you're going to take a lesson, start over. And so I did that and did it again and haven't looked back. That's it. And then as far as like finding your friends, I think y'all talked about this. Are y'all going to Reseller Rally at all? Anybody?
I don't even know about that.
Where's that? Tell us.
Reseller Rally, Logan, Cincinnati. Meetup is going to be John, Pete, and Lonnie. They're going to be running it. I think Kevin's going to be there as well. But you have Craigslist Hunter, Cincinnati Picker, Shed Flip, Commonwealth Picker. I'll say Kevin is not tied to it. He's attending, but you stress something before at any event that's taking place in Cincinnati in September. Tickets are still available, I believe. Go look at it, but it involves like a night of drinking, hanging out, networking, and then the next one you're picking all together, and then that night you're going on a riverboat to have some dinner and dancing and partying and stuff like that. But it ties into the same thing that you talked about from other events. Some people go there and they feel that it's cliquey, and it is. I'll say it is, but it isn't. And what I mean by that is, yeah, you have your established group of friends, but that doesn't mean somebody can't come up and, talk and say hi. And like, this is something that I came to understand a long time ago. Is like, it doesn't matter who the hell you see and what level they at there. And I learned this in LA, like doing music industry and stuff. Like, people are people, man. Like that is it. Like, at the end of the day, like, same shit. We all go through. I'm sorry.
Okay.
We're not meant for younger audiences, so say what you want on our channel.
Disclaimer.
Disclaimer. Sorry about that, everybody. But for those listening on Spotify, Apple, and Amazon Music, we appreciate you.
I'm not going off the rails just because you said we're not for kids. I can do this. It can be one time.
I'm proud of you, by the way, Mike. I'm proud.
Thank you. I appreciate that. I forgot where I was now. That one thing threw me off. But people are people. Like,
bottom line,
just go up, talk to people the way that it is. Like, you're not gonna like. Don't have expectations. I think
you saw me. When I met you for the first time, I was like, "Hey, man, you reseller?" I just started chatting. You know what I mean? So I'm just like, you could have been the biggest thing in YouTube since forever, and I would have been like, had no idea, just natural course. We've met Kevin, Commonwealth Picker at Nashville. Super nice guy, super genuine, really humble guy. Salt of the earth type person. And he was super nice. It just, what it is he's very like busy. Everybody wants attention from him. So it's hard. He comes across maybe as like distant in that way, but it's not because he's not a nice guy. Yeah. It's because maybe he's feeling a little overtasked in the moment because he has.
I can't imagine how overwhelmed he might feel.
Yeah, right, exactly. So I can appreciate that.
You can see that, like, it is the same thing with certain people with like Paul Philly Flipper, he'll come up there. He came to Ray's event, but he is around the Whatnot crowd, and he's going to have the Whatnot crowd around him because they tie into each other. If we're not on Whatnot, like I won't say there's no benefit there. It's just like right out of the gate with that over there, there's no common interest because like that is their common denominator there.
It's a different animal altogether in reselling, in my opinion. It's an entire different business model.
100%. But you can break that down into subcategories, and it goes across the board for anything. Because whether it be Whatnot or eBay selling, you could be like, all right, well, I don't like people that go to garage sales. I don't like people that go to thrift stores. I don't like people that do flea markets. I don't like people that do storage units. Like there's all different. There's all different subcategories, and you see that based on viewership. Some of them will succeed more than others because you may have more interest in something like that.
Yeah.
And it's not just handcuffing. I mean, hell, go to eBay Open. And I can tell you this, like you see me at eBay Open, I'm there to like network. I'm going to find out what people do, pull from what people do that you like, discard the shit stuff that you don't, and
critical thinking. There you go again with the critical thinking, Mike. You take what's good.
It's a skill to be able to go into a crowd. First of all, some people are nerve-wracked even to go to an event such as some of these, meetups.
Yeah,
I was that person.
I remember asking Ellie the first time. I said, "Ellie, come do this thing."
I was like, I don't know. I really almost didn't go. That's where I met Bob the first time. And we met on Whatnot. But that's where I met them for the first time. I think part of it is you have to get out of your own way to show up and realize these people are nothing more special or not than you are if they're YouTubing, if they're sharing content, if they've sold them, whatever. And I think that this podcast has helped me a lot to understand that better. Like, there's the $1 million seller, and then there's me. And then there's, part-time seller, full-time seller. There's no right or wrong answer. And sometimes
you don't have to do anything you don't want to do. But at the same time, like you would hope that other people can acknowledge that, can realize it, and be like, you know what, just do what you want to. There's stuff I don't agree with, and I can voice concerns about it, but at the same time, I'm never going to tell somebody don't do that. I was like, I'm not going to do it.
Yeah.
And I will rib people and be like, oh, I won't say that's stupid. I'll say something worse than that's stupid.
Wow, that's so uninformed.
No,
you're stupid.
Usually it's like that's Riri, but I'm not gonna. I haven't stopped using it since the 80s. I don't know what happened to me.
It's a different time and place, Mike.
I know. But I can just like let it roll off and give somebody a hard time and be like, you know what, I still wish you the best, man.
Yeah.
Like however you want to do.
And that's the important part. That's all that's missing. Some people don't understand that, but
what I wanted to talk about, like, to Ray for the Nashville meetup was have a conversation about something that almost it's like cheesy. You know how speed dating is like there's a table and you rotate out? Doing something like that to get a conversation started between people to break the ice. I don't know if that would even float, if there'd be interest in something like that, but I think that's a good way forward to maybe unclick things just so that people can, because I don't necessarily think it's clicky. I think it's more so who you know, and you're naturally drawn to that conversation, and that's okay. So there are ways to kind of break the ice, the polar bear in the room per se. Fastest way to break the ice, right? So, I mean, because I struggle with that too a little bit, quite honestly. Like I'm probably not the most interesting conversationalist in the world, but I also will talk to you about how to win in business. So that's just my approach. The point of this podcast is to collect stories, to share with the reselling community, and to highlight success and failure. Also to highlight what it takes to fail fast and fail forward and what that looked like in your story. So that way we could share that for the next generation coming up. Because I think that's impactful. If you learn from anything from history, you're doomed to repeat it if you don't know it.
Yeah,
So,
100%.
so.
I think, well, I'll tell you this. Like I said, I don't want people to take advice from me in regards to reselling and the whole motivation with, I guess filming. It's not about the items; it's about the interaction, and that's something that Kevin taught me. Like you'll see that in his videos a lot, and he kind of stressed that early on. And if there's anything that I'm good at, it's just building rapport. Like I came from a sales background even before the military, and yeah, it's just building rapport. It's like being able to go up to somebody that's a stranger and make them laugh and find some cool items, save some money to make some money. And it's like those little blips in time that you can do it. And like sometimes you can harken back the same way that you can drive up to a garage sale and be like, I remember this garage sale. I remember I was here. I bought this. And sometimes it's an item or sometimes it's an interaction. Yeah. And more often than not, it's the interactions. It's that the thing that leaves a lasting impression is how you did it, that sale based on the people. But people, like I said, people don't want to talk to people. Like networking is hard. That's why ever since social media came along, interpersonal networking, it's just a thing of the past. Like you might as well just forget about it. You better be on LinkedIn. You want to learn about somebody.
Well, here's the thing about that is like people are going to remember how you made them feel, not so much what you did or for them. So at the end of the day, they may not remember all the small details of what you've done, but they're going to remember how you made them feel. Right. And I think that's an important thing and that's just anything in life. That goes beyond the scope of reselling. That's just peopling, right? Right.
Yeah, 100%.
So this is usually a time of the podcast, Mike, where we ask our esteemed guests who they would like to see on the Launchpad Reseller podcast. And we're going to go ahead and highlight your choice for someone that you think would be impactful to the community and would get the most out of, reselling.
100% Dan and the Man.
Dan and the Man, that's twice now. Dan and the Man's been called out for Launchpad Reseller podcast. Dan and the Man, what say you?
There you go, Dan. Chicken.
Listen, I reached out to Dan, and I know that he's busy on Monday nights, right? Recording. You guys
and then Tuesday nights too.
And Tuesday nights too. So
I got breads and combos.
So I'll have to reach out.
Huh?
Yeah, we can pre-record like we're pre-recording this session. We could definitely do a pre-record with Dan and be happy to have him on the podcast. I've heard that now a few different times, not even more than twice actually.
Wait, are all the other shows y'all just go live?
We go live.
we go live all the time. So
I thought they're all recorded.
No, we were live all the time.
We're usually live, yeah.
Oh man, now I can't even talk to people in the chat or anything like that. Trash this. We need to go live.
Oh,
no. Let's go live. I'll hit the end record and we'll go live.
Oh yeah, let's talk to
Q&A. We'll do a Q&A. But what we'll do is, in retrospect, we'll have the comments. So what we'll have everybody do is, if you have a question for Mike, Death Pile Picker, ask in the comments, and we'll be sure to make sure that he gets all those comments and responds as much as he's able to do that. Because I think there's a lot of value, even though you consider yourself maybe a lackadaisical or part-time or under part-time reseller. I think there's value in your story, the human experience, and everything else that's going on in your particular area of expertise. The filming, there's value in that. There's the social media value. There's all the things, that's an important part. If you want to grow a business now in this day and age, you have to kind of do social media. You don't have to try to get monetized and all the things. You don't need to do any of that. That's not what I'm saying. But you should have at least an Instagram page where you can kind of drive your business and connect and make those networking connections that Mike was talking about earlier, because it's super important. And by the way, go to a meetup. I 10 of 10 recommend going to a meetup and meeting like-minded people and talking about whatever it is you're into, whether that's reselling or anything else.
Yeah, come hang out with us.
Man, I'm gonna have to reconsider maybe that Cincinnati thing, but I don't know if it's going to necessarily happen this year. Is that something that's annual?
They stopped doing it for a few years and then they brought it back.
Okay,
but it's a big level thing. I say Cincinnati. It's in, I think, Covington, Kentucky, which is right across the river. But everybody is everywhere across. We missed out on a big comic book buy Kevin and I did last time because we were picking up swag bags. Speaking of missing out, walrus. Where the hell? You don't have a walrus for the wuzzles?
Oh, back here.
Yeah.
Like what?
Yeah, so you see the wuzzles in your top right. They make the rare one is the walrus. It's like a sheep and walrus combination.
Yeah, I guess I don't have that one.
Yeah, well, good luck if you find that. That's like I think it's like $400.
Dang.
Yeah, so a lot of this stuff we found in the wild.
Really, you found all the? Oh,
yeah, probably I would say 80% of what you see here is
you got a ton of sprites. You got a ton of sprites, and then is that a hug-a-bunch next to the sprite?
It is.
Okay, because I see rainbow bright all the way to the opposite side.
So there's some Figment, there's some Shrek, there's some Hanna-Barbera is my favorite. There is
over the Looney Tunes. I like the Looney Tunes, man.
Looney Tunes. So we got some Land Before Time, some Lion King, some. I personally like Orange M&M. Some Crayola stuff. Yeah, some Care Bears, Wuzzles.
Love it.
Some Muppets, some Fraggle Rock.
Wow.
We got your 80s and 90s. This is my wife's personal collection, and some of it's mine, mostly hers.
That's crazy because I had a little short that I had asked people because I'm starting this thing called Goondocks Toy Box over on Facebook, Instagram, all this stuff. So it's going to be strictly toys. I'm kind of following in Jimmy's footsteps because Jimmy's like giving me a push when he was down here last time. We have a mutual love for it. I'll tell you, Jimmy and I go picking. Like we try to, thankfully, we haven't had like a big score of toys where you come up on it. But I dread the day when it happens because one of us is getting pissed off. Like,
my money's on you, Mike. I love Jimmy, but
no, you don't understand. I found a Looney Tunes Space Jam shirt that is the Monstars, and it's worth a couple $100. And I found it folded up on a trampoline on day 2 of a sale, and I got it for they wanted $2. Offered $1. Offered $1. They took the $1.
Oh no!
Jimmy got poopy. And it's not. Jimmy done it to me. Jimmy came up and he's beat me to some video games before, and I got poopy. And then he got the systems, and then I found some games. Then he found some Carhartts, and like we're kind of like jumping over each other. And Jimmy and I love picking with Jimmy because it is as friendly a competition as you can have.
Yeah.
But when it comes to stuff that we love, this has happened with Rod, where he went to a comic book guy and he's like, "You got any video games?" And 6 tubs. Oof. It ended up being 6 tubs. Coming back and forth, 6 tubs, like, and Rod making trips, and I was just like sitting in the car. I was like, I gotta call Kevin. Like, I was like, guess what Rod's doing? I'm gonna leave him. You need to come pick up your friend. You
better Uber home.
So it gets painful, but I know that once it comes across some like vintage toys or something, I don't know. I would like to think that Jimmy and I, if I found it, I would like to think that I would do a draft with Jimmy. That way we both benefit from it. Like, actually, you know what? We had one happen. We were out picking in Tennessee at the what was it, East Tennessee reseller meetup? I don't know.
Yeah, I was there last year.
Yeah, locker room. So
locker room. Yeah.
We went out picking. We found this massive basement hall, and I'm over buying Harley shirts. Jimmy's like, "Go get it all. Get over here." And I'm like, "I got to pay for my Harley shirts." He's like, "Had I known, I would have gone over there." But this guy gets one tub that takes it out, and Jimmy's finding this just more stuff, and he's building tubs. And I get in there, and by then somebody else is down there. Jimmy's like, "Help me out, get this, like do this stuff." He's like, "I got my tub, find you some rest." So I'm piling it all together. We get home. I've got some of the gargoyles. He's got some of the gargoyles. He's got the Power Rangers. I've got some Power Rangers, but he's got some Ninja Turtles. So I was like, okay, this is how it balanced out. We had parts and pieces to some of that stuff. We go out to the flea market the next day. The guy who had come there before Jimmy had all the video game systems and some of the figures and like boxes full. And we had to, Jimmy bought the video game stuff, then got his phone number, and we met him the following day for the boxes of action figures. Dang. And then we just did a draft. Jimmy's like, "Hey, I'd love to have the gargoyles for my collection. I'll take the Power Rangers. You can have the Ninja Turtles. You'll have the Flintstones. You'll have this." And we just split it up. And I think if Jimmy and I can always get away with that, we will be in a good place, because especially now us trying to collect a little bit more and not making it strictly about reselling. I just didn't do Ninja Turtles, so it made it easier. He wanted to collect gargoyles. Mm-hmm. He doesn't do Power Rangers, so it made it easier. So we all got a little bit of something, and it worked out. I mean, we made a killing on it.
Explain Goondocks Boondocks. Explain that.
Goondocks Toy Box.
Oh, okay. I got my Goonies like vibe all of a sudden. I don't know what it was there.
So that's it. I guess I don't know if I have anything I can show.
Is that like a website people can go to, or is that just like a page?
Yeah, I have it on Instagram. I have it on Facebook.
Okay, cool.
Let me see if I can.
Because we love, obviously, Ellie and I love toys. We've been picking together too. I don't know if we're necessarily competitive, Ellie, when it comes to that. I know maybe more so my wife.
I don't really collect. I don't really collect much. There are certain things that I might keep, but I haven't.
But you sell all that stuff?
Yeah, this is all for sale. This isn't my personal collection. This is just this is where I run Whatnot shows. So that's
very little. That like the Care Bears for sale.
Yep.
The Dopey and Sleepy are for sale. The glass down here is for sale. And then the rest of that, there's a little Aladdin thing that's for sale. And there's Muppet Baby shoes, an Argentina My Little Pony, fitting glass up there. But outside of that, nothing else is for sale. Oh, a little clock. That Miller Lite clock is, or Miller Genuine Draft clock.
I haven't really found a lot of stuff from my era yet that I could collect. Like I get more of the girly toys. I watched Dragon Tales. I watched Lizzie McGuire, and Lizzie McGuire stuff is hot right now. You can't find that stuff anywhere.
Really?
Yeah.
Lizzie McGuire? Isn't that Hillary Duff?
Yes, sir.
If you find any of that stuff, whoa, man, that stuff can get up there pretty.
Yeah, that
pretty
stuff is going for crazy money right now, and I can't find it's like 2000s Y2K stuff. I can't find that stuff anywhere, even at the bins and stuff. I found a big comfy couch doll. I should have kept one, but I sold them. I wasn't that excited.
I found Bear in the Big Blue House. That'd be before your time.
Yeah, I never really watched Bear. Dragon Tales.
Yeah, Bear was my son's time. Yeah,
but I don't care for that stuff. Like I watched Dexter's Lab.
Lizzie McGuire. When did Lizzie?
2000.
See this right here.
It'd be a lot easier if I'd be like, "How old are you?" That way.
I'm 33.
You're 33.
Yeah.
Okay, so
2000s cartoons and stuff.
See that
Courage the Cowardly Dog, Dexter's Lab, Cat and Dog, that kind of stuff. I don't come across it that much.
Yeah, so you're before Wonder Pets. You go in and watch Wonder Pets. Backyardigans.
That's before
that. My daughter, my daughter watched some of that stuff. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
My daughter was 2000. My daughter was born in 2005, and she watched, I guess, Baby Einstein, Dora, of course, Dora.
2011, my kid. So yeah, that's about what we were watching.
Okay, so that's why I was wondering. But Lizzie McGuire, I'm like,
Listen, don't talk
Who
about
It's hot.
that's what I'm wondering. Is like, but this is the benefit of like, that's only a difference in 14 years.
Mm-hmm.
Like I'm born in 79.
Mm-hmm.
And to think about that, like Lizzie McGuire, like I would never know. I would never know to go look for Lizzie McGuire stuff.
Well, she made a comeback right now. She's back, she's back doing music tours and stuff, so she's on fire.
Is she
But
back?
there's not a whole lot of merch.
She looks the same exact as
Yeah,
she
she
did
looks
when.
good, man.
I mean, quite honestly, it's like, what exactly are you doing? We need to know your skincare routine.
One of my only Disney songs that didn't go off the rails. I love her.
Yeah, 2001 to 2004, Lizzie McGuire. Oh, she was like way young, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she was super young then. A lot of that Disney Star stuff from that era in Y2K is very popular now. I think maybe that generation's buying back their childhood memories sooner. We talked about this before on our podcast.
Yeah. Everything's going on TikTok now, so like they're like, I want that back, and they're 17 or 18.
Yeah, and it's much easier since this generation is living in their parents' basement at an astronomical rate.
Yeah. You know what, though? I think that parents are no longer holding on to toys the way they used to. Like, you're not finding in my generation, you're not finding attics and basements full of toys that your toddlers had. I think those times are over. There's not enough space. There's not enough interest. People are selling it off, garage selling, take it, or throwing it away half of the time.
Right.
So
it's a concern because the future of reselling will be impacted by that eventually, right? Yeah. You'll eventually get to a zero sum. Now we'll probably be out of the reselling game likely by the time that happens. But what does that future look like? Is it just going to be a bunch of like bin bros and Barbies selling clothes from now the 2020s? Like, what does that look like? Because there's nothing of quality anymore.
You know what I'm seeing right now? If you look up now reselling, how to resell, how to start reselling, I don't know about you guys or if you guys have tried this. I get flooded with 16-year-old looking kids who are buying fake Chinese merchandise that is like fake Louis Vuitton, fake, Coach, fake, all this fake stuff. And that's what they're reselling. Fake AirPods. And they're like, if you just click on my link, I can get you in touch with my wholesaler and you'll be able to do the same thing. You're going to buy them for $5 and sell them for $50.
They're wholesaler Pegasus Lounge.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know if you guys have heard of like spider hoodies.
Yeah.
It's just.
Don't get me started on Pegasus Lounge. Golly, what an interview that was.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, I don't know, Ali. I think what a lot of that is I think it's like almost like a MLM, like Herbalife or whatever. Buy from me and then sell to 10 of your friends, and they sell too.
It's like they're buying off of Alibaba or whatever, or some kind of
Temu.
But it's come even as far as forget about YouTube. My daughter, Melody, has a friend in school who does this. She bought a fake, I think, Louis Vuitton belt or something. And she's like, it was $80, Mom. I'm like, kid, that's not real. And she didn't believe me. So she had to learn her lesson. She bought it. And I'm like, it's not fake, dear. I mean, it's fake. It's not real. You're not going to get a Louis Vuitton belt for $80. I don't care what you say.
Well, I think sometimes it is, they will take instant gratification over authenticity.
Well, there's something about the generation too, though, that don't care if it's fake. Yeah. They don't give a fuck.
No.
It's fake. They're like,
maybe some of that is the push with influencers in the social media space, creating this like false narrative of what it takes to be actionable or important or like trendy. There's a lot of pressure now on kids to be all those things, and quite honestly, none of that, we all know, none of that is super important in the grand scheme of things. But how do you make someone that just wants to be seen and heard understand that? That's something that you get over the course of time. There's a difference between intelligence and wisdom, right? So wisdom comes with experience, and sometimes you just got to let that experience happen. So
100%.
Yeah. So, well, Mike, it's been real. It's been raw. It's been, maybe a little bit out of the scope of reselling. But I think everything that we said here in the podcast today is impactful, not just for resellers, but in totality for what we're facing, both in social media and across the space. So I want to just take a moment to thank you so much for being a part of that journey, being a part of our story and our growth story for our podcast. We're looking to take this podcast as far as we can and try to become like a standard for resellers, specifically those coming up in the space, because we have the time and energy to do so. So
yeah, I'll say this. Anybody out there that's watching that even questions it, these guys are way more informative than we are. So better information than us. We're just
we're trying. We also like to have fun too, so it's not always serious here. We do the flip side too podcast. I don't know if you've ever seen the flip side,
the round table.
Yeah, the round table. Yeah, so we do that with a bunch of. We have a lot of fun with that one. So it's more of a laid back approach. So if you ever want to come on the round table, you're welcome to come on and just chat it up. We'll make sure that we keep you informed on that. And we don't normally have guests on, but we might start doing that for the next cut of the season, so we can kind of get a different take. We don't want to become an echo chamber. That's not the point of the round table. We want to make sure that we get different points of view. I'd even have Pegasus Lounge on there if I had to.
Don't do it.
I don't think I would want to. I was just trying to be kind.
The horse.
That horse is two. All right. Well, that's a good place to end this thing. I mean, so at the end. So I want to thank you, Mike, again for being on the podcast. Ellie, anything further? Oh, actually, before we leave, Mike, why don't you tell folks where they can find you? All the podcasts you do, your social media.
A lot easier than Tim. Okay. Yeah. So, you can find me Death Pop Picker on YouTube. I'll just say YouTube, Instagram, and Facebook occasionally. And then Goondocks Toy Box will be YouTube, Instagram, Facebook. If you notice, I try not to do TikTok, like, China. But I've never done TikTok. It kind of like drives me crazy. So I like to stick with what I have: YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, and then you can find us on YouTube and Instagram for Reseller Leftovers podcast with myself, Joe Philly Picker, and Mr. Dan in Demand.
Awesome. Yes. Well, Ellie, anything further from Mike before I let him go for the day?
Appreciate you. Thank you so much.
Yeah, we appreciate you. Thank you for doing the podcast. We appreciate you so much. Mike, stick around for one last second. I got one more question for you once we hit the end record. And again, guys, remember one thing: if you can't be good, you got to be good at it. Catch you on the next one.